One night stands, I think, are kind of like a sad and pathetic kind of experience. At the time that you're having one, it's a lot of fun. During the period of your life where you go, on a bunch of one night stands, it can be a lot of fun at the time. But retrospectively, you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, oh man, I did that? Ooh. Let's define terms. Okay, one night stand is basically having sex with a girl that you met potentially that night, but not necessarily just that night, but right? You meet her that day, have sex with her, and never see her again. That's, a classic one night stand. Now, it could be that you've known the girl for a while before, you have sex with her, and then never sleep with her again. But continue to see her in a social setting maybe, or what have you, right? But you never have sexual intercourse with her again. Or it could be that you've never met the girl, you have sex with her, and then from that, you start developing some sort of relationship, romantic relationship with her. But that's exceptionally rare, okay? For the most part, a one night stand is, well, it's a one-off. It's the one night with basically some stranger, and you move on to the next girl. The next girl who might be another one night stand, or potentially a relationship, potentially the mother of your children, whom you die in her arms, 50 years later. Yeah, but the one night stand, it's kind of sad, and let me explain why. See, with a one night stand, you're basically getting off. That's what's going on. You are hot and bothered, you're horny as hell, and you're basically backed up. Your prostate is as big as I don't know what, and you just want to come inside some girl. That's what's going on with a one night stand, okay? And let's not kid ourselves as to what's going on, yeah? You just want to fuck. You just want to fuck, and you find some girl who also just wants to fuck, and you guys fuck together. So it's, for all intents and purposes, it's masturbating with somebody else, right? There's nothing more to it. You're not exchanging any kind of deep emotional attachment, right? And that's the key issue, you see? Because one of the best parts of any kind of sexual relationship, long-term sexual relationship, is that sense of companionship, that sense of, you're not so alone. You're fucking some girl on a one-night stand, and she's a stranger to you. You have no idea what she's like. And more likely than not, you already know that you're never going to see her again. And so, what exactly is the point, right? I mean, when you're young, when you are horny all the time, and you don't have a girlfriend, right? Then it makes some sense. Then it makes some sense to have a one-night stand, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 20. Sure, it makes sense. Because you're horny as all get out, your body is just craving sex all the time, and so there you go. You have your one-night stands. You get older, and what happens to me is I'm just not interested. It's just boring. Yeah, it's boring when you're older because, number one, there isn't going to be anything after. It's just going to be the sex, and then you move on. So that's not that big of a deal. I've had so much sex in my time over the decades, right, that I don't actually need sex. It would be nice, but it's not an essential. It's not a priority, right? And so if there's only going to be sex and there's going to be nothing else, then between sex and watching a good movie, I got to think about it. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Yeah. If it's sex with somebody whom I know and like and whose company I enjoy, a woman with whom I have some sort of relationship with, she doesn't necessarily even have to be like an actual girlfriend. She can just be a friend that, we friends with benefits kind of situation. Sure, that's different. That's much more enjoyable. But just to have sex, as you get older, you're just not interested in that. Number one. Number two, what happens is as you get older, it becomes easier and easier to have one-night stands because you know what to look for, you know what to say, you've got more game, more experience. And so getting a strange girl into bed becomes that much easier because you know which girl is at some bar just to have a drink with her friends and which girl is at the bar looking for dick, okay? I mean, it becomes really easy to spot that. And therefore, having a one-night stand is no trick at all. There's no uncertainty. If I want one at this stage of my life, fucking hell, I'll have one. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I'm saying that one night stands are silly. Okay, fine. Yeah, but you're asking me, well, what are the important things to know about a one night stand? What are the things to keep your eyes peeled for? Okay, I'll give you some of my hard-earned experience. Number one, you're gonna fuck some girl on a one night stand, always do it at her place or at a hotel room. Never take a stranger to your place. And the reason is very, very obvious. You see, number one, the girl could be God knows who, and she could rip off your shit, and God knows what can happen. And that happens. That has happened to me, okay? So, yeah, don't bring a stranger to your place where you have your shit, okay? Number one. Number two, see, if you fuck her at her place or at a neutral place, like a hotel or a motel, right? You can leave whenever you want. See, that's the problem with one night stands, yeah? You're with some girl, you fuck some girl at your place, right? And she sticks around. She hangs around and she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't get the hints, yeah? Maybe she's just not socially, with it to get the hints, or maybe she is ignoring the hints because she all of a sudden decided that she loves you and wants to hang out more with you, and you want her gone. Well, how do you do that easily if you're having this one night stand at your place, huh? Right, yeah. But if you're at her place, oh, you can leave whenever you want to. You got a business appointment in the morning, class in the morning, a squash in the morning, whatever the fuck you got something in the morning, you gotta leave, you gotta go home, and you gotta sleep. Yeah, it's easy, and you're split, lickety split, done, yeah? If you're at her place or at a hotel, if you're at your place, you're fucked. Now, the other thing, of course, is always wear a condom. Always, no exceptions. Every single fucking time you're fucking some girl that you don't know, some stranger, always put the wrap on. Always, no exception. I remember one time, right, I was all hot and bothered with some chick. I was gonna fuck her brains out, and I didn't have a condom, and I was thinking, I'm gonna just, wing it, bareback it, no problem, right? And thank God, this girl started acting kind of weird. And then she was oh, I don't know, and this and that, and I was thinking that maybe she's having second thoughts about having sex, and no, that wasn't the problem. The problem was that, see, she said to me, well, you should know that I have herpes. Yeah, that happened to me, okay? I mean, my raging hard-on went to a total soft-off. I mean, instantly, right? All of a sudden, I didn't want to fuck this girl at all. I didn't want to have anything to do with her, yeah? Because I found her repulsive, and the fact that I'd kissed her already, Jesus Christ, oh man, I just, right? And I sort of said, oh yeah, it might not be such a good idea, and I don't have any condoms, which was true. And so we can't have sex, and out the door, of her door, thank God, out the door I went, never called her again, and the next day set up an appointment to talk to a doctor about this fucking problem, thinking I might have somehow contracted herpes, right? I didn't, by the way, but Jesus fucking Christ. So you see what can happen, yeah? I mean, thank God this girl was decent enough to tell me, because I was ready to fuck her right then, bareback. And I'd be with herpes now. And this happened 20 years ago, right? And I think to myself, thank God. I mean, what kind of a sex life would I have had I had herpes, right? And I have no idea how herpes can affect childbearing, I mean, if you have herpes as a guy, you're going to pass it along to the mother of your children. Can the herpes potentially affect the children? I actually don't know this. I should have researched it before doing this video, but I'm sure there must be some effects to it, and I'm sure that this is not a good thing, yeah? Yeah, fucking A, and thank God. Thank God that she was just nice enough and had this moment of, her conscience tugging at her and getting her to do the right thing. Thank God. And I thank her for it, I mean, I would thank her for it, but I never saw her again because she was a one-night stand. See, I think that that's the thing about one-night stands that bothers me the most about them. See, you're putting all this effort into some girl, some random girl, right? You're convincing her to get into bed with you and all the rest of it. And you fuck her, right? And then you leave her place or the hotel or whatever. And what do you have to show for it? Huh? What do you have to show for the fact that you had this one-night stand with this girl? Huh? Nothing. There's nothing to show for it. It was just an empty relationship. It was mutual masturbation. Yeah? And just like masturbation, at the end of it, there's nothing productive, nothing constructive, nothing worthwhile was created. Zero. I'm not against one night stands per se. And I understand when you're a young guy and you just need to get off. I just understand that totally, okay? Shit, I'm 51 and sometimes still, I just want to just fuck sometimes. I just need some woman and just need to fuck her, right? And a lot of times, let's be honest here, see, you're a guy and a lot of times you need some strange. You need some strange pussy, right? The pussy you got, right, great as it may be, your wife, your woman, whatever, your girlfriend, great pussy though it may be, you just need a little variety because you're a guy. It's perfectly normal, okay? And don't let anybody tell you different. It's perfectly normal. And so sometimes you're going to say to yourself, yeah, I'd love to fuck some strange because I just need a little variety. I need a little, spice in the soup. You know what I'm saying? Perfectly fine, but keep your eyes open and don't do anything stupid. Keep it wrapped up. Make sure, if you do have a woman in your life, make sure that, of course, she never finds out about this one night stand, right? Keep it on the down low. Know what you're doing. Take care, because the only people who want to get caught, the only people who get caught are people who want to get caught. Don't be that guy, okay? And, yeah. Well, that's all I have to say about this topic.